guys, my name is Aisha and welcome back to my channel. If you haven't subscribed yet, please make sure to subscribe to my channel to see every Sunday new videos about my life here as a black model in Korea. So for today's video, I'm going to do a makeup tutorial. It's a video that I have been planned doing for a long time now, and I actually wanted to do it for my TikTok only. It's going to be a video where I'm going to show you the main difference between Korean style makeup and Western style makeup, or how Koreans here call it Wegoogin style makeup. Actually, it means foreign style makeup, but yeah, the reason why I decided to not only upload it as a TikTok video, but also to do a YouTube video about it is because I do want to give some comments while I'm doing this makeup. And yeah, let's get started. So first of all, let me pin up my bangs. So my whole face is gonna be visible. I'm going to divide my face into two sections. Okay. And I'm going to start with doing my eyebrows first, where already there's a big difference. So in general, what I want to say is that I don't think that one style is better than the other style. It's just pointing out the difference, and in my opinion, on my face, the Korean makeup doesn't really match. And you will see the main difference while I'm doing the video. But yeah, you can then tell me later what do you think looks better on me. So I'm going to do the Western style makeup on this side. I'm going to do the eyebrow style that has been popular until like last year, I think. Recently, eyebrow styles became a little bit different and it changed to the soap eyebrows, if you know that. But I personally don't do that trend at the moment. Maybe I will change to that trend later. But at the moment, I'm not doing that style. So I'm going to do the traditional style that has been like trending in the last 3 or 5 years. So as you can see, what I did here is I did the arch on my eyebrow, and there is like a shading from beginning to the end. Moving to the Korean style eyebrows is, first of all, which maybe a lot of you already know, is that there's no arch. And also there is no like shading part through the eyebrow. And I actually asked once, like, Koreans why they do the eyebrows this style, and the answer that I got was very interesting, and it was because they think that eyebrows, like arched eyebrows like that, are very strong, like they show a very strong personality. And that's why, in order to appear more humble, they prefer this style of eyebrows, because this makes look a little bit mean and fierce and stronger. So that's why also, for example, when they go for a job interview or like when they go to work, they want to be more the soft style of person, and that's why they like these eyebrows, or why they use this style of eyebrows. And also another reason is that it looks more cute in general. Next step, I'm going to define my eyebrows. And I'm not doing it on this side because I'm not sure if it's not done in Korean style makeup. It's just that whenever a makeup artist did my makeup here in Korea, they never did this part. So I'm just gonna leave it out. So moving now to the foundation. Of course, this part is a little bit tricky because, yeah, there is not really a Korean foundation that is for my skin type or skin color. But first of all, I'm going to use full coverage foundation on the Western style makeup side, and Koreans usually or like the most people here in Korea, they usually use cushion foundation. And I do have one cushion foundation here, but I cannot find it at the moment. Maybe I just threw it away because I'm never using it. But what they also use a lot is BB cream. So I'm gonna use the BB cream on this side. So right now it looks a little bit scary because there's a big difference in the skin color between the two sides, but mostly it's due to the fact that I haven't done the shading yet, which I usually do on this side, and they don't really do shading in Korea, so my face here looks super pale, but you will see the difference later. So next step, concealer. The main point about concealer, like on the Western style makeup, I always use concealer, and I will talk now about the Korean style makeup. The thing is that some people use concealer, some do not use concealer, but I will not use concealer on the Korean style makeup because whenever I get makeup done on a shooting, they never use the concealer unless I ask them, or they use the concealer just to like cover up like some pimples and stuff. So I'm not gonna use the concealer on this side, because the main reason why I use concealer on my makeup is not to cover up blemishes. I use concealer to cover up the sleep that I didn't get and to do some type of facelift, I call it, because when I use the concealer on this part here, it makes a lifting effect on this side, which I really like. I'm also using concealer here. It's very difficult to do it only on one side. And here on my nose. And then one other thing that I've never seen like Korean makeup artists using it on me is this shading stick. So basically, I'm going to leave out all these steps here on this side because not many people here use this type of technique. Also, one time I asked makeup artists to do the contour my nose and my cheekbones, and I brought, of course, my shading stick. And actually, they told me like, oh, I've never done this before. So yeah. Next, powder. Actually, both use it. Just there's again a difference on how we apply it. So of course you have seen on my makeup videos, I just use a lot, mainly where I put on my concealer, so that it doesn't move around and it doesn't get into the creases. As for this side, experienced seeing using on the whole face. Here I think the main reason for using powder is just to prevent shining. Especially for photo shootings, it's very bad to have a shiny forehead. Bronzer. Also here in Korea, makeup artists, they use the bronzer, but they don't use it as strong as I use it, and they mainly use it here on the cheekbones because it is very important here in it is very important here in Korea to have like a V-shaped jawline. So in order to make this part here a little bit smaller, you can do it by shading this part, and also having a big forehead, which I actually had like an enormous forehead, is not really seen as beautiful here in Korea, so also they try to hide it out by shading this part. So let's move to the blush. The blush is, I think, on how you apply it, it makes a very big difference on how your face will look like in the end. And there's also a big difference on how we apply it. Like I really apply it up here with the purpose on lifting my face. Whereas for makeup artists here in Korea, almost always put the blush here. Makes a big difference, right? But yeah, definitely I can understand why they like the blush here much more than up here. It makes again much cuter and softer effect. So now let's get into the eyes. How I'm gonna do this? I'm gonna start with the eyeshadow. I'm going to do a very like natural eye tones because also eyeshadows like from Korean brands, I've never seen eyeshadow colors that are not brown, beige, rosé, pink, and peach. Other than these colors, like different shades of brown and beige and so on, but that's it. So basically, as for the transition shade, it's just the same for both. So I'm generally using the same colors on both sides, just like different technique. Going deep down into the crease. While on this side, it's more like the edges are more blended. And also, a very funny thing, how I always observe makeup artists while they're doing my makeup and how they use they take the brush. Wow, it took a long time. They take the brush, use a little bit of this, okay? I don't know what sense does this make because there are so many different shades. Why do you need to even mix them? Anyway, and then, but like, remove like everything. And also especially because when they're using Korean makeup products, they're not very pigmented, so it doesn't show up on my skin tone anyway that much, that harsh. So I'm going to use some glitter. There's actually no big difference, I think, on how they are putting on the glitter, but yeah, just always much softer. And one other thing is that they really like using glitter here. I usually use some dark colors here. Okay, now let's move to my favorite part, the eyeliner. Like almost always, Korean makeup artists use eyeliner when they do my makeup, which is totally fine. I really like it. But on how the shape of the eyeliner is, I think it doesn't really suit to my eye shade. So yeah, I'm gonna show you. First of all, I'm gonna do the eyeliner here. And now let's see if I'm able to do the eyeliner Korean style. So basically, I maybe did this eyeliner a little bit too long because like I like this long eyeliner, but the idea behind this comparison is that the eyeliner is more like upwards while the Korean style eyeliner is like straight or sometimes even goes down. Cat eyes and dog eyes. Mascara, not all people do it, but I usually put the mascara also on the lower eyelashes, whereas for Korean makeup artists I never experienced doing my lower eyelashes, so I'm gonna do it only upper. And that's a thing that I actually learned from Korean makeup artists and I've never seen before, is how they curl their eyelashes. It's like, first time they did it, I was like, oh my god, what are you doing? But it actually works. So what do? They take a piece of wood. Usually they use the wood from the, I don't know how this is called. Anyway, and it actually works. I don't know if you can see the difference, but there is. And as for fake eyelashes, I'm gonna use them only here on this side because it's almost impossible to find this style of eyelashes here in Korea. Like, it is possible, but there's no Korean brand that produces this type of eyelashes, which are the eyelashes that are longer on the outside corner and shorter on the inside corner, or just the lashes that you use only on the outside corner of the eye. So almost done, only missing now highlighter and lips. As for the highlighter, I use it again on the upper part of the cheekbones. Compared to that, when Korean makeup artists do my makeup here, they usually use the highlighter here. I don't know why, they always do this. They also use it on my forehead and on my chin. And finally, the last part, lips. There are no lip liners in Korea. You cannot find lip liners here. And I love lip liners. I know, like, when I ask Korean girls, like, why are you not using lip liner? Why there are no lip liners? It was like, oh, but this is like more 60s style, like old ajumas use lip liners. It's very outdated. I don't know. I'm an outdated person, maybe, but yeah, I cannot survive without lip liner. I love lip liner. So if you come to Korea, make sure to bring your lip liner. And also another thing is that, again, with the colors, there are not many dark colors, or like, I really like Bordeaux and deep red or even brown, but usually they only have like red, but the red is very, very like bright. And they have orange lipsticks, and yeah, and rosé pink. And how Koreans do my lips, first of all, make them almost disappear on the inner corner, okay? Can you understand? Only inside. You might think you want to have small lips when you do this style, but it's not true, because a lot of Koreans do like Botox. The technique is a little bit different on the shape on the Botox lips that Korean girls do, and compared to like other Western people do Botox, is that Koreans usually use the Botox only here, so it looks like more this. And Western, I'm not an expert in Botox, but I think they use it on the whole lip. And so I think basically maybe it's not beautiful to have a big mouth, because when you do this style it just looks smaller. So I also did my baby hair now. There are some Koreans who do the baby hair and who do foreign makeup style, but those people are especially like popular for their Western makeups. So yeah, that's it. I will show you. So that's it for this week's video. I hope you enjoyed it. Please let me know which style do you like better on yourself and on my face. What do you think would suits more? Also, if you say it's the Korean style makeup, I'm not offended, so just go for it. And also, all the makeup products that I used for both looks are listed down below. And yeah, if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. And also, if you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe to my channel. And yeah, I hope to see you next week again. And until then, bye!